I was impregnated by my who was costumed as the devil, and they created this ritual around the idea that they were impregnating me with Satan and I was carrying Satan's child.
I suppose the most vivid memory I have is when, as a 3-year-old, was taken out by the railroad tracks as they murdered a hobo, and then they used certain parts of his body to initiate me. And then I became what they call the bride of Satan.
Satan has come back to haunt us. Lucifer, the devil, the Antichrist, overlord of hell and all demons, this creature who was so terrifying and so real to our forefathers, but who withdrew in more enlightened times, has returned with a vengeance. The young call upon his name and worship at his altar. At a London concert, they make this sign. The sign of the goat, supposedly the sign of Satan. Murders are attributed to Satan. In a Texas prison, this young man is serving a life sentence for a brutal stabbing, which he described to the police as a human sacrifice demanded by his master, Satan. But even more disturbing are the numbers of men and women undergoing psychotherapy who believe they have uncovered childhood memories of appalling satanic rituals.
My little naked body would be scooped up and carried around in this circle and then brought to an altar with a man who'd already been nailed to a cross.
It was similar to the crucifixion of Christ, where his side was pierced. And my uncle forced my hand to go into that incision and to feel what was inside there.
I was pushed and shoved off the altar and also forced to cut this child that I had just given birth to and then eat part of its arm and then throw it into the fire of life.
And then I was covered with feces and sewer sludge and ashes of dead babies, and I was put in and out of a furnace. And I screamed and cried, and I believe that where the stuff came off is where I have the scarring on my hands today.
Still being done today. They're not being stopped.
Don't you understand, folks? That's what the devil's about. This is what Satanism is about. This is what ritual abuse is all about.
Broadcaster and author Bob Larson, one of a number of media personalities who promotes these stories of brutal satanic rituals as literal truth.
And you haven't dealt with these people like I've dealt with them, and the therapists have, to know the pain, to know the horror, and to understand what they're going through. Wake up, America, it's going on, and we've got to do something about it.
If you believe that Satan is a real creature with power over our lives, think of this film as a journey in search of him, his victims, and his followers.
Do you want total war? Turn man into?
But if you believe that Satan is a figment of man's imagination, let these questions guide your journey.
Do you want?
Why do men and women need to invent a devil? Why does he always reappear when times are confused and hard?
Do you want total war?
Why should this be one of those times?
Total war! Unleash the beast in man once more? Yes, you want. Total war! Total war! Total war! Total war!
Our search for the devil began in this underground shrine of the Church of Satan, which has its satanic Bible and its satanic Pope, the reclusive Anton LaVey. If there is a devil, who better qualified to reveal him to us than the keeper of this shrine? The official spokesman of the Church of Satan, Boyd Rice.
I'm a Satanist, and as a Satanist, I believe that Satan is everything instinctual in man, everything that flies in the face of the world as it's currently built.
So you're saying that Satan is our own base instinct, not some creature who rules over hell?
No. That's pure Christian theology, and most Christians don't even believe in it. Most Christians today are too sensible and sophisticated to think that there's demon possession, or that they're really going to burn in hell or hang upside down in boiling excrement for all eternity if they don't carry out God's wishes.
We've heard stories of a secret satanic network that commits appalling crimes. Are you connected to such a network?
No, I don't believe such a network exists.
Do you sacrifice babies?
No.
Do you perform any kind of sacrifice?
No.
So where is this coming from?
I believe it's just mass delusion, the madness of crowds. Things like this have always existed since the beginning of time. And for centuries in Europe, they said that the Jews did the same thing. They would take Christian male babies and drain the blood from their body. And then at a certain point, people thought that was patently ridiculous. And yet the same myth resurfaces in another part of the world, in another culture, exactly the same.
The Church of Satan may not believe in a personal devil, but there are many Satanists who do. And it's in places like this where you'll find them. By far the largest group of overt Satan worshippers are teenagers, runaways and dropouts, either rebelling against or abandoned by Christian parents in a Christian society. To a homeless and jobless kid, Satan can be very real.
Satan is like my power source. That's where my power comes from to overcome everything, and he gives me power to not have no fears of anything. Death, I don't have no fear.
I can talk to him, and sometimes I can just be standing in the middle of a room and just say, this is what I've got going on, what do you think about it? And it's not like I hear him, it's like something just clicks and says, well, this is what you should do in this situation.
So what does Satan give you? I believe that I have a telepathic power of some kind. You know, I can communicate with people through my dreams. And I can astral project. I don't know how I do it, but I can leave my body with my soul, like it's my inner body, and then roam around freely while I'm asleep.
How do you worship Satan? Well, I worship him in my own way. It's like, it's called a Norwegian. Okay, I talk to him through a Ouija board. Okay.
I call to the highest peaks of heaven and to the lowest depths of hell. I ask, can anyone hear me?
The attraction of Satanism to teenagers has nothing to do with pleasing Satan. They're looking for acceptance. They're not accepted in their own homes. They do not know how to earn a living. And there aren't any jobs available for them. The majority of the kids that I've represented are looking for a way to belong and willing to do anything to be accepted. Be it street prostitution, be it selling drugs, be it Satanism. They don't care what it is. They want to belong.
Roger Bridgewater is a committed Christian and a lawyer who defends teenage Satanists.
Another thing is that it makes them have a justification for why people don't like them. That it no longer is because I'm Timmy and I'm worthless. It's because you don't like Satan. It's why you don't like me.